Well, welcome everybody to the fitness department webinar Q&A. I am happy that you guys could come out and join me for this today. I know it's been a little bit of a crazy time the last 3 months as we've been trying to figure out, what the rules are for reopening, but we're pretty confident that we're going to be able to open and keep everybody safe and the team safe, and really, be able to push forward with getting everybody back in the gym, because I think that's what we want to do, and do it in a safe manner, and obviously keep everybody healthy, which is what our goal is here. Anyway, so along those lines, there's a couple different topics that I'll be talking about. We're going to be talking about the cleaning procedures and protocols so that you guys understand what we're doing here. We're also going to be talking about our operations and how we're going to be managing signups for classes and egress through the facility, as this pertains to the fitness department directly. And then we'll also talk about specific programs like Group X and personal training and small group training. And then there'll be an opportunity for you guys to ask questions, and then hopefully I'll be able to answer those. Okay, so here we go on the cleaning protocols. So we are sanitizing on a regular basis once we open. Well, we're doing it now, but once we open, we have we purchased EPA products, and we're sanitizing things on a regular basis on the hour. Specifically, in the group fitness rooms, we'll be sanitizing after each class once we get back into the facility itself. And we're also using what's called an electromagnetic static fogger, and that really disperses a fog of sanitizing agents that can clean and disinfect specifically to this virus, and other viruses contagious as well. So we'll be scheduling classes to make sure that we have enough time so that we can clean equipment properly. We're also going to be cleaning throughout the day in the fitness center and the free weight area. The team will be cleaning hourly or sporadically the actual equipment itself and dumbbells and those kinds of things. And then nightly, the entire facility by a cleaning crew is coming in, and they'll be sanitizing everything top to bottom, bathrooms as well as fitness equipment, and the rooms, floors, and all surfaces. One thing that we are asking that everybody does when they do come, and that's for the safety of our team and for you guys as well, is we're asking you guys to kind of sign our house rules. And what that is basically you guys telling, you guys helping us, tell us if there's something that, someone's sick, or if you haven't been feeling well, so that, we can just make sure that we're keeping our team safe and that everybody else that's coming into the facility is safe as well. We're also asking that after you use machines, that you wipe those down and thoroughly clean anything that you've touched as well. I believe in the playbook that we sent out, that you guys will be able to take a look at that house rules as well, but it will be on signups to everything that we have before you can come into the facility. Okay, so on to the operations. If you didn't jump in onto the member services one, we're going to have just a little bit of limited, not limited, but just little slimmed down hours for phase 1 of opening. And so that's going to be Monday through Friday, and that's 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So a tiny little difference on opening. Again, this is just for phase 1, and we could change this at any time to make sure that we're accommodating everybody that wants to get into the club within a safe distance. So we are really focusing on making sure that we're following the CDC guidelines for social distancing and keeping that 6-foot space between people and keeping them safe. So those signups will be based on that. So on that, we're going to be doing Google Forms, which we've been doing that if you've been part of our outside classes that we've been doing the last few weeks. We're setting up Google Forms for not only our group classes, but also for our spaces in the fitness center and throughout the club. So what that means is that you will be able to sign up to a week in advance for a certain time slot and a certain space in the club. You could definitely sign up for, if you want to do a group class and then sign up for another space after that, to run on the treadmill or use the free weights. Of course, that will be allowed. Again, those time slots will be based on following that 6-foot social distancing guideline that the CDC puts out. And we're going to be running those time slots anywhere between 30 and 90 minutes, depending on the space and the requirement of allowing as many people to gain access to the club as possible. So I'm just going to I'm going to share my screen real quick, and I'm going to flip to the playbook so we can talk about what that social distancing will look like as far as the numbers and our spaces. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so you guys should be seeing what we sent out, our plan to reopen. Again, this was a guide that we put together based on pretty much the most stringent guidelines that we've seen so far. So that when we, if we adjust, it gives you more freedom and it gives us a little bit more freedom to allow you guys to use things comfortably and safely. So if I flip down here to studios, hang on. And I believe we're here. Okay, so on this slide here, you can see that we've kind of separated out our maximum capacity for each space to make it safe. So if you see here, group X1, that is our largest room, the newest room that we've been using for group fitness. We can pretty much fit between 8 and 12 participants in phase 1 comfortably and in a way that we feel that will be safe for participants and our team. And group X2, which is a slightly smaller room, 6 to 8, our new Sky Studio, 6 participants. In our Cycle Studio, 6 to 9 participants again. And then in our dojo, 8 to 12 participants. Again, that's due to keeping that 6-foot, as it's states here, for spacing. And I will show you a couple pictures of what that looks like as far as it's our new studio. So if you look here, this is our new Group X studio. And in the studio, I kind of marked out, if you see on these little orange tabs of tape, I went in there and I marked out, per the guidelines, a 6-foot distance from each space. So if you were to say be in a Silver Sneakers class and you wanted to, sit in just one spot and you weren't really moving much from that spot, this is a 6-foot distance. This is 22 spaces. I'm looking at a maximum of 12. So every opposite one would really be what we would be using. So you're getting even larger distance than just that 6-foot. The reason being is because most exercise classes, there's movement and there's equipment, and we want to make sure that you have a comfortable space to feel like you can move from one side to the next. Similarly, like a Zumba class, you might be traveling in a grapevine motion, and your neighbor might not be moving as far as you. So we want to make sure that there's enough distance for everybody to feel comfortable. Additionally, with equipment, we want to make sure there's enough space to set out all your equipment and have ample room to move around. I can show you here. Again, that's just another view of our largest group fitness room. This is our Cycle Studio. And as you can see here, we've dramatically reduced the number of bikes. There's 5 here plus one that's out of range of this picture. But this is exactly what it would look like for you to be sitting in that classroom, feeling comfortable and definitely spaced out from anybody else that's working out and exercising. This is our new yoga studio. And if you see here, let me just zoom out here. Oop, we don't want that. It doesn't want to cooperate. Let's pop out. Technology doesn't always work. Okay, so these little orange spots again are showing where you would be separated out. Now, the beauty of this room is that if you've been in this room, if you look up at the top, this was created to house our sky yoga and aerial yoga. And these actual hooks are already so that there's a 10-foot distance between everybody in workspace. So when we do open that sky yoga, we definitely will have the ability to social distance and have our own workspace and feel confident in doing so. So that's just a couple of the questions of the spaces that we have, and how we're going to be moving through them. The last one here, two more, sorry, this is our small group and personal training area. And again, I've put these orange markings in so you can kind of see our guidelines would be, 4 participants, 2 personal trainers, so that there's enough space here for everybody to work comfortably. And lastly, here's just an example of our treadmill area, what we're going to be doing. And that is, if you see here, I've kind of marked off with this orange tape, every other treadmill will not be used, so that you have ample space between those pieces of equipment. That'll be done as well with the rest of the cardio area, and we will have also more spacing through, if you look through the maximum capacity of our free weight room here in our fitness center, we've highlighted how many members really that we can fit in the space. Is maximum capacity of 20 and 2 to 14 members, and that would be 12 in the free weight room, and the weight machines, that's at center area, 8, and that would pretty much be every other machine marked off there. Our new stretching area, 4 to 6, and like I showed you before, the cardio and treadmill area and bikes and rowers would look like that. So yeah, those are definitely, let me stop sharing here and come on back. All right, so hopefully that helped with the visual to understand how we're gonna work through those spaces. Now, I'm sure you guys are wondering about the types of classes that we're going to have and what that's going to look like. So we will continue to have throughout the summer, and probably moving forward, virtual classes and that virtual class option, as well as outdoor classes. We've gotten really positive response to doing that, and I think it's something that we can definitely add to our regular programming and schedule. Why not grow and expand and bring something new and fun and exciting? We have the space, and we have the excitement and the team that really wants to grow and make things better and add more for you guys. So yes, we will be having a combination schedule that will have indoor classes, outdoor classes, and virtual. So I know you got some questions with the memberships of what you were going to be allowed to do, and so if you have a full membership, you will be able to get in on all of those. One other section I think I haven't talked about is the racquetball courts, and they will be open to a maximum of 2 people per court. Bring your own balls and rackets and eye protective gear, and again, those will have to be reserved. So with that, I think I can open this up to some questions for anybody that wants to hop on, and if I didn't answer your questions just yet. Here we go. I have a question. How do you know if you are confirmed for a class? Okay, so the great thing about Google Forms is that it also eliminates, so we can put up time frames, and you can click on what time frame that you're going to be in and what hour and what space you're going to be in, and you will get an automatic email that says, yes, you are confirmed for that time. And it goes onto a spreadsheet for us, and we will then be able to look at that the night before, and then we can manage what we need to do for allowing you to come in the building and making sure that the spaces are available. Do I have a class schedule? I have a current virtual class schedule, if you haven't seen that we've been working with. I'm also adding that outdoor class schedule. What I don't have is my indoor class schedule, which is what I'm working on, and I am going to be sending out to the membership a survey because I want to get your opinions on what you want and what time slots. So that'll be coming out by the end of this week, and then I can basically build my schedule around what you guys are asking for, what the most important classes are for you to have, and the instructors that you want in the time zones. And then once I get that, I'll build that schedule and I'll post it for the month of July so that you have an entire month to kind of plan, get back to all of our planning around our fitness lifestyle. And then we can adjust as necessary. If a class is not doing well and we're not getting well attendance and we need to add another one that really we're not having enough space in, I'll definitely do that and work to fulfill whatever needs that you guys really want. Bev, you haven't gotten an email confirmation on that body pump class tomorrow because right now it's set up manually and I have it in my inbox to send out after this webinar is over. So you'll be getting that. And then personal trainer, can you come in a little early to warm up without signing up for a time slot? You know, that's a great question. I don't have an answer. I'm going to write that one down and I'm going to find out what that answer is and I'm going to get back to you on that one. So thank you for bringing that question up. Do you have classes outside of the typical work day? I'm not really sure what that means. I'm assuming that means you want classes that are not in the 9 to 5 time slot and you want them somewhere between the 6 and 8 and then in the morning and then in the 6 to 9 in the evening. And yes, we currently are doing outside classes now in those time frames as well as virtual classes, and so of course we'll be doing those inside as well. Hope that answered that question. What else? If the class fills and can a person sign up for a virtual version? Yes. So if you have a standard membership that you have like still running, absolutely, you can always sign up for the virtual version. Not every live class is going to be offered virtually. There will be some crossovers, but not every live class. So it will be marked on the schedule what is a combination of a live and a virtual class. The one thing I didn't talk about too was personal training. We're going to be doing a combination with outside and inside and virtual. So whichever one works for you, you can do a combination of all three if you want. We actually set up the Premier Dance trailer for the summer. We empty out the props in there and we filled it with dumbbells and benches and mats, and it's in the back parking lot beyond that side field that's next to the pool, and that parking lot is really smooth. It's brand new asphalt, so it's a really nice surface to work on, and we're going to be doing personal training out there in the summer. We've already started doing that now. We'll also be using the fogger on that trailer nightly to make sure that everything's disinfected, and the trainers obviously be wiping down all that equipment as we go. Okay, I think we're coming to the end of questions. Just one question. No, we are not open yet. So any classes that you come for outside, you will not have access to inside. So definitely plan accordingly, and bring water bottles and bring your towel and mats. We will have equipment for people to use. Obviously, if you prefer using your own equipment, I suggest you bring it. And we will be sanitizing everything down in between usage, of course. Will the virtual classes be recorded so we can access at other times like now? Yes. If you have a virtual membership and or standard and you have access to that, we will have a way for you to access those and do them at your leisure. Will the pool be open soon? I really hope so. Good grief. They they threw out a doozy, the governor, and said that we were supposed to be open by the 22nd with the pools. And then they told us that we weren't allowed to for indoor pools just yet. But I'm super hopeful that, you know, that'll change. But with the pool, just as with the rest of the club, I'm assuming that we're going to be open on or about July 6th. That's what we're planning for. That's what the entire staff is working towards. And we've also been working with the government and sending them our plans on how we plan to reopen so that we can really be a part of the solution to get our club back open and running and, you know, get everybody moving and happy and healthy again. I love the kisses and hugs. And I do have to say, I have loved every single one of the wonderful emails and thankful notes at the end of classes and live classes and the appreciation. It's definitely a labor of love, you know, keeping classes running and keeping everybody engaged and connected. And my love right back to you guys, because you're my family, and I definitely want to see you guys here again, working out and grunting it out, and, you know, just staying happy and healthy. Okay, so I think we're at the end. I'll wait just another minute to see if anyone has a last question. All right. Well, I think that's it. Again, you can always, I'm going to type my email here. At the end, you can always email me if you have any specific questions, or you're not sure about what the rules are or what we're doing. And you can also reach out. We've set some phone hours. I believe it's 10 to 1, 3 days a week. I'll have to take a look at what those times are again, but I believe, yeah, 3 days a week, it's 10 to 1, that there's open call hours, so that if you need to speak with one of us, that you can, about your membership or anything else. And we'll be sending this recording out, like I said, so if you missed any part of it, you can jump back in and review it. And also you can email me or anyone in their specific departments. Have a great day, guys, and can't wait to see you back in the building. Take care.